Okay, so maybe now you can see it. Can you see it? Perfect. Okay, so I've collected some of your homework, some of your work, and I found that, okay, several minor mistakes there. So the first one, could you see it? Did you see it? Okay. So I did not extract all the answers, but no matter it is in part A, part B, part C, or in part D, okay, they all share the same mistake. What is that mistake? All four answers share the same mistake. What is that mistake? Can anyone guess?
No unit.
Yes, great. Where is your unit? Oh, not A. A is okay, but B, C, D, they don't have unit. So where's your unit? Okay, I'm asking you about the upper class boundary. That means you need to show me, okay, the upper class boundary is 69.5 kg, because there is a unit here. Okay, and plus mark the middle point of the class, that it still contains the unit there. So when you are doing questions in this chapter, don't forget your unit. Check your answers now. Okay, I found that maybe almost more than 60% of you forget the units in your answer. Only a few of you write down the units. Okay, be careful. But in part A, you don't need, because I'm asking you about the frequency. Okay, and then the second part, okay, part section B, question student B. Could anyone tell me what's the mistake? Okay, the upper class boundary limit and the lower class limit of the 6 class 第6班嘅 upper class limit 同埋 lower class limit. So 69.5, okay, take 0.5 before, take 74.5 is the upper limit, so 0.5 further. What's the mistake? Unit? No, yes, unit is missing. And any more? Yes, Jess and Kyle, you did a good job. You tell the answers correctly. Remember, when the class is 70 to 74, okay, 70 and 70 is the lower class, not boundary, it's the limit. 74 is the upper class limit. Different from the things you have learned in that in chapter 3. Okay, these two numbers, they are called the class limit. Okay, and then what about 70.5, 74.5, and 69.5? Okay, we still have a name for it, but it is not called. This is not called class limit. 69.5 is the lower class boundary. Okay, boundary, 邊界. So be careful to that. Okay, low class boundary of class 70 to 74. Here also the same, 74.5. It's not the, it's upper, but it's not the class limit, it's the class boundary. Okay, so be careful to this part. Class limit, these two values, they are the class limit. However, when you talk about the 邊界, you know that, okay, 邊界 is here, 邊界 is here. All right, and then the last one, student C, very clear answer, simple. Any improvements? Oh, finally, yes, you guys know what I want. Okay, when I see this answer, there is a question mark in my head. How you can get this answer? By guessing. How you can get this answer? So, show the steps, right? Basic information, you need to show the steps. Okay, so three problems there. First of all, no units. The second one, okay, is the class limit and the class boundary. And the third one, okay, I don't know how. Yes, the answer is wrong. Is it wrong? What should it be then? The answer is wrong, so can you type the answer there? What's the correct answer? So how to find that? Yes, okay, the middle point of the class, so you add up the two values divided by 2, so it should be $170.5. Very good. Okay, so these are the 3 minor mistakes that I found out in your work. All right, any question? If no, then let's move on to histogram that you have learned. I suppose you have learned it in last year, right? Yeah, it should be. Oh, my iPad is lag now, a little bit lag. Okay. Can you see the screen? Can you see my iPad? Yes, can you see your face? Your beautiful face? Hi, say hi to yourself. Hi, hi. Okay, yes, your beautiful face. Okay, so today we'll review about the histogram. So I think you have learned it in last year. So I just go through it very quickly. Okay, so yesterday we have learned about two different kinds of data. One is called discrete data, and one is called continuous data. Do you remember? Yeah. Okay, so for discrete data, for example, the number of ice cream that you eat in a day. Okay, so the number of ice cream you eat in a day. For example, there are ice cream, so I draw ice cream there, and then a number of students. I'll use the word frequency. So 0 ice cream, 1 of you. 1 ice cream, 5 of you. 2 ice cream, 3 of you. 3 ice cream, maybe 100 for you of you. Then you can draw a figure. What kind of figure you can draw to represent this data? You can draw bar chart, right? Okay, 0 ice cream, 1 people. 1 ice cream, 5 people. 2 ice cream, 3 people. And then 3 ice cream, 100 people. So for discrete data, you can use bar chart to represent the trend. And for continuous data, okay, since it is in group, for example, 100 cm to 110, 110 to 120, 120 to 130, they are in groups. So you need to use bar chart, not bar chart, we call it histogram, 組織圖. Okay, so did you remember how to draw the histogram? I hope you remember. So please do it now. I give you 2 minutes to draw the histogram. Use ruler, pencil to draw the histogram. Here are some steps to remind you. Please do it now. I want to see your figure. Okay, remember how to draw it? Anyone forget how to draw it? Raise up your hand. All of you remember. Then let's draw it together. First of all, oh, someone raise up your hand. Oh, sad. Okay, never mind. Okay, so first of all, 組織圖, it's just like bar chart. It's just like bar chart. Okay, you write down the title, so I'll write it at the last. First of all, use pencil and use ruler to draw. Okay, 0 here. For the first group, you need to use not the boundary. You use the class mark to mark it. For example, here, I use 5.5 to draw my first group. So my first group, there are 14 people there. So I need to label my X and Y axis. For example, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so I need to sketch the frequency. This is my frequency. And then for x-axis, it should be my time spent in a store. So here, the x-axis in time, in minutes. So mark all the class mark there. 5.5, 15.5, 25.5, and so on and so forth. Okay, then you can draw the figure. 5.5, 14 of you. So 14 of you here. So you can draw a bar there. Okay, maybe I use a highlighter to help me. Okay, then the frequency is 27, 23, 27 here. 23 is here. Then 16, 12, and 8. 16, 12, and 8. So you just draw the bars out, and I'll just color it. Okay, so you will have the histogram just like mine. With the title, you write down the title yourself. Have I finished? Have Mr. Lee finished? No. 漏咗啲咩啊 ，Marcus？ Yes, the sign. Yes. Okay, so you need to use this sign. When I need to use this sign, take a look at the x-axis. Okay, what is the difference between these two values? These two values. The difference is 10, right? The difference here is also 10. What about here? From 0 to 5.5. The difference is 5.5, right? When you find that here and here, the difference are not consistent. They are different. The distance are different. Then you need to use this symbol to represent you ignore some data at front. Is it clear? OK， 當你嘅距離唔一樣嘅時候，我哋就要加呢一個符號啦，加呢個 funder 嘅符號啦。OK， 呢個 funder 嘅符號就係 represent 緊一啲你省略咗前面嘅 data 呢一個意思。OK，then you can have this histogram. OK, you use this funder only when you find that the difference are not the same, are not consistent. Any question? No, probably. All of you know it very well. Okay, so could you please help me to do Further practice. Here, page 11, question 2. Okay, do it first. Okay, after doing it, please post it on Google Chat. I'm going to post a place there so you can submit your work there. Please finish page 11, question 2, and then take a photo to Google Chat. Okay, so I'm going to create a group there. How can I create a group in? Okay, so reply here. Okay, so I have created a group in Google Chat. So can you see it? Can you see in Google Chat? Can you see it? Google Chat. Yes? Okay, then after you finish this question, please submit your work there. Waiting for your work. Waiting for your masterpiece. It's a good group chat. Okay, so you can see group chat 嚟噶，唔係 individual，唔係 private chat 嚟噶，應該要 join 咗你先至可以講。Google Chat, yes, Google Chat, not Google Classroom, Google Chat. You finish it first. You finish it first. Okay, finish, then take photos. Go you may. Shaded, just shaded with some lines there. That's okay for me. Okay, you don't need to draw a rainbow with 7 colors. You don't need to. Yes, I saw. Okay, Israel's work already. Israel, something missing in your figure. Something is missing in your figure. Why it is ding ding? Why is ding ding appearing? Oh yes, I know why. Okay, so markers, your x-axis is not labeled. Label your x-axis. Okay, so good job, Jonathan. Good job, Oscar. Yes, very good. Elvis, good job. Yulam, good job. Yes, okay, Isra, I saw your work. Very good. Okay, Antonio, also good job. Very good. Okay, so for the others, if you're finished, you post it there. Okay? Because I want to continue. So if you want to see the perfect work, you can see the students that have posted their work there. Okay, they have posted their work there, so you can check your answers with them. Yeah, Jasper, I saw your work. Very good. Very good. Okay, so check your answers yourself, because I'm not sitting next to you. I can't help. Okay, so let's continue our journey. Okay, if you have not finished, you finish it after the lesson, and then you post it there. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, so maybe you join the class first. You join the class first, as I have invited. Okay, I sent one more invitation to you. All right. Remember to check whether you have the title before you submit to me. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the obtaining information from the histogram, the last part, okay, of this lecture. So here is a pretty easy example. Okay, when I give you a histogram, you want to find the number of passengers. You know that you just add up the numbers. So please help me to add up the numbers. For group 1, there are 12 of you. For group 2, there are 25. For group 3, there are 32. For group 4, there are 20. For group 5, there are 7 of you, 7 students. And then for the last group, there are 4 students. Okay, so you just add up the numbers, then you can get the frequency. So when you are doing histogram, you can draw a column below. Mark all the frequencies there, and then you can find part A. Okay? So maybe we can move on to this part first, okay? Because I know some of you are still drawing the histogram. That's a good one, okay? But we need to move on, right? Okay, so you find out the total frequency. What's the total frequency? What's the total frequency? Can you type it in the drawboard, in the chat room? Yes, 100. Thank you very much. Okay, fill in the table below, the second one. Okay, next, I give you the class mark of each group. Please find the class boundary and class limit and the class width. So first of all, let's take a look at the figure. Between 3 and 8, you know that you can use 3 plus 8 over 2 equals to 5.5. Okay, then you find this middle value here. And you can use 8 plus 13 over 2, which is equal to 10.5, and find the value here. But my question is, this is the class boundary or is the class limit? This 5.5 is the class boundary or the class limit? Boundary, limit. Who said limit? Raise up your hand. Boundary, raise up your hand. Okay. Yes. Tons of you raise up your hand. I saw your hands. I saw your hands. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. You just pressed the raise up your hand button and you did not raise up your hand. Haha. Okay. I raise up my hand. Here. Yes, it's the class boundaries. So you can draw the figure out. When this is 3, when this is 8, you can draw the figure. The middle number, 5.5, is the class boundary. So it's the upper class boundary for the first class. So it will be 5.5. Okay? Yes? Okay? And then for the next one, this is 10.5. So this 10.5 is the upper class boundary for the class group 8 with class limit 8. So you can mark it here. And 5.5 here. Oh, sorry, it should be boundary. Sorry, it should be boundary. The upper class boundary for the second class is 10.5. Here is 5.5 for the lower class boundary. Then for the next group, it should be 15.5. So the lower class boundary is 10.5 and the upper class boundary is 15.5. You can fill it in yourself. Okay, so from the histogram, you can draw this diagram yourself. So here comes the question. What is my value here? For the first group, what is my value? It should be, because you can see the difference is 5 units here, the difference is 5 units here, so the difference should be 5 units here. So yes, very good, it should be 0.5. You use the difference, then you can find that it is 0.5. And so on and so forth, you can fill in the table very easily. Okay, so next, let's talk about the class limit. The class limit. Okay, when the class boundary is 5.5, when the class boundary is 5.5, what should be my upper class limit? What should be my first value here? And here also the same. What should be these two values? You move 0.5 back, so it should be 5. And you move 0.5 further, so it should be 6. Okay, for the first class, it should be 5 as the upper class limit. And for the next class, the lower class limit should be 6. Here also the same, 10.5, so move 0.5 before, it is 10. Here, the upper class limit should be 10. And then move 0.5 further. So the next one, it should be start with 11. Okay, so here it should be 1, and then you'll fill it in the table yourself. So this orange part is the class limit. And for the class width, you know that is the width that should a difference between the boundaries. So it's just 5 units. Remember, you need to use the class boundaries. All right, so this is the most important table that you need to know. Okay, so C and D is very easy. It's just some Form 1 stuff. I believe you all can do it. Any question about this table? 有冇同學有唔明嘅關於呢個 table？ All of you can follow? Nice. So the last part of today, okay, I'll give you assignment. Yes, you have your holidays. You need to finish assignment. So how to finish the assignment? What assignment you will need to have? Okay, first of all, okay, mark down the scope first. Okay, the scope will be up to page 22. From which page? From page 14 to page 22. Oh, you may say, oh, Mr. Lee, 你都冇教，係我冇教到。Okay, so the further practice is about histogram that I have taught in this lesson. And then the second part is called the frequency polygon and the frequency curve. I would post a link on Google Classroom. Okay, a link. You read it, you watch the video, then you learn how to draw frequency polygon yourself. Okay, so from page 17 up to page 22, all of them are self-study materials. Okay, so from page 14 to page 16 is your is your classwork on histogram. From page 17 to page 22 is a pre-lesson work. It won't be very much. It won't be that much. Okay. Plus, there are a lot of notes there. This kind of pages, all of them are notes, so you don't need to do much. Okay. So this is the holiday present from Mr. Lee. Okay. Hope you enjoy that. Okay. No need to say thank you to me. Enjoy your holiday. Okay. 逗多啲利是。OK， 然後俾晒 Mr. Lee 用。OK，good。Yes，OK， 祝各位盆滿缽滿。